Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the H2 and FY25 post-earnings conference call of Megatherm Induction Ltd. Today on the call from the management we have with us Mr. Satadri Chanda, CFO and whole-time director, Mr. Aruna Bhaumik, Vice President Finance and Accounts, Ms. Abanti Saha Basu, Company Secretary. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements, which may involve risks and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to brief us about the business and performance highlights for the period ended 31st March 2025, the growth plan and vision for the coming year, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to the management team.
Yes. Thank you everyone for joining this post-earnings call. And so for the benefit of those who are looking at Megatherm or interacting with us for the first time, we'll just quickly go through the introduction part within 5 odd minutes, and we'll dive into the performance and more importantly the way forward and what we are planning. So I'll just switch off my video in order to save bandwidth. Yeah. Like you may or may not know, Megatherm manufactures induction, melting and heating products, transformers. These are the larger transformers, 5,000 kVA up to 50,000 kVA, and various other equipment, metallurgical equipment like casting machines and various types of furnaces like arc furnace, ladle refining furnace, etc. And we cater to various industries like primary, secondary steel, auto ancillaries, ordnance factories, railways, ductile iron pipe producers, and various other engineering industries. And apart from India, we also export. So we have already exported to quite a few countries, and we are increasing our export business gradually. Can we have the next slide? And how our company came into being. So our group was founded by my father, Mr. S.B. Chanda. He did his engineering from Jadavpur University. He's a gold medalist and recipient of various awards in electrical engineering. And post his education, he was working with Tata and GEC, a General Electric company. That was the company that brought induction technology into India. And then he in 1989 he quit and started his own business. So that is how we got into the field of induction. And my name is Shatadri. I'm the whole-time director and CFO. And I did my master's in engineering from West Bengal and bachelor's from West Bengal, and master's in engineering I did from Virginia Tech, US. After that, I was working in Mumbai in KPMG's strategy and ops division before joining Megatherm. And induction technology, it's a relatively new technology. So whether you want to heat or melt metal for various purposes, either it could be to work the metal, harden, or to cast into various shapes and sizes, you can either use direct heating, that is done in these blast furnaces that use coal or oil or gas, or you can use this induction technology, which is the heat is generated from within the metal. So there is no loss, there is no pollution, and it is a very efficient and modern way of working with metals. And we have a range of products. So we have induction melting furnaces that are actually used for melting. Then we have heating and hardening equipment that go into various industries again, and they are powered by the induction power source. So these, it could be 1+4 or 2+4 or 3+4. This is how we sell the products. And these induction power sources are also fed by transformers. So that is how we originally got into transformers. But now we have expanded our transformer portfolio, and more on that in the growth plans. And apart, so that is how we started our business. But gradually, since the furnace becomes a central part of any plant, and we generate the specs for the rest of the items. So we have also started manufacturing the rest of the items like ladle refining furnace, electric arc furnace, continuous casting machines, and various types of other equipment that go into these plants that use induction equipment. And most welcome to visit our manufacturing facility. So right now we have three manufacturing facilities. One is the induction manufacturing facility. One is the precision machining and a machine building workshop. This is basically backward integration work. And one is the transformer manufacturing shed. And these are some of the glimpses of the transformer manufacturing shed. And way forward, we have targeted 500 crores revenue with 8 to 9% bottom line within 2 years. And that has certain drivers. So one is the capacity expansion. That work has been completed. So from this financial year, we are expecting to see the turnover increasing. A new capacity for transformers has been commissioned, and that is also going to free up the space for induction to grow. So the capex has been completed, and now we are working on building our teams, joint ventures, agencies, etc., to tap the export markets. So this is a new information that we wanted to declare, that we have done a joint venture with Cyprium Induction USA. We will be pitching all our products to the North American market. So Cyprium Induction also is an induction company. So they have experience in handling these products, and it will be a mix. It will be a mix of either we supply the entire equipment, or in certain cases they will supply certain components and we'll supply certain components. And we wish to capture the American market, which is expecting to have an sort of resurgence in the industrial segment after laying low for quite a few years. And if we look at the performance highlights, basically it's similar compared to last year. As it was expected, our capacity was completely full, but now our new capacity has been added. So this financial year onwards, we are going to see the changes primarily. These are some of the annual highlights. So you can see that we have grown, and at around 300 odd crores, the capacity has been exhausted. And the PAT improvement is there, but it's not showing much significant here. But we have another slide on that, which I'll explain. Oh, here it is. So basically, although the revenue hasn't increased much, but the bottom line has increased. But we have maintained the bottom line. We have spent more on HR and marketing because we are projecting growth now. So we have done more marketing expenditure, more HR expenditure. We are building our teams to cater to the growth, of our company for the next 3-4 years. So if we did not make that extra expenditures, then our bottom line would have been more, to the tune of 1 or 2 more crores. But so keeping basically, which means that the bottom line would have been percentage wise, it would have been the same. But we are projecting growth. So we have built our team. We are still building the team. And we are also ramping up our marketing, especially for the export segment. So broadly, these are the key, highlights. And the earnings for this particular financial year is going the running financial year. That is where we are going to start seeing. If you look a couple of years back, the turnover was around 180. And now we have reached that 300 odd level, and within 2 years we have targeted 500 odd level. And to reach 500 crores turnover, or whatever capex has to be done, it's almost done. A couple of machines are pending. So in our utilization report has also been uploaded. I think you will find it online. So from our IPO proceeds, we have utilized most of the capex. I think couple of crores or might be left. And but we have not utilized the working capital as of yet. Much of that is still left, and the corporate general expense, that budget is also left. So those two we have kept for when the new orders start to flow in for the transformers, for projects, induction products. Those will be utilized in this year and coming financial year. So more or less, this is broadly what we wanted to share in a nutshell. And I'd like to open the floor now for questions. So, Vinay, if you could host that.
Yes, sir. Uh, we'll now begin the question and answer session. Anybody who wishes to ask a question, please use the option of raise hand. Yes, we'll take the first question from Mr. Sanjay Shah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
Sanjay.
you're audible.
Yeah. Thanks, sir, for the meeting, arranging a meeting and updating. So my question was regarding the prospects of our industry. How do you
Yeah.
see that, and how we are competing with large manufacturer like Electrotherm, and how we place ourselves in that scope of growth and the business? Do we have that market, and what are the rationale of looking at optimism of doing 500 crore? That was my first question. My second question was to update us on your JV, that is for US Cyprum.
Yeah.
So what was the rationale of that JV, and what that the company was previously doing? Are they into manufacturing or only marketing? And how that JV will work for us in our favor?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So you see that the both the transformers and the induction products they cater to various market segments. So Electrotherm is primarily into the steel segment. They sell their induction and other products into the steel segment. So that is one area where we compete with them. But even there, most of the larger companies, secondary steel companies who were buying Electrotherm equipment, now we are selling to most of those large clients like among the listed companies you have Sham Metallics, Sharda Energy, you have Rungta Mines, Reshmi Metallics. They are the larger companies. Shakambari. These are some Bajrang Steel. So most of these companies were being catered to by Electrotherm, but now we are getting bulk orders from them. The news, as and when is confirmed, it will be uploaded online. And the primary reason for that is, you don't require coal, gas, and all these things. Here, electricity is the raw material. So whoever can make their equipment more energy efficient, they actually get a greater market share. So we are continuously doing R&D. Lot of small gradual changes are being done with the help of customers, also their feedback. So we always try to keep one step ahead in terms of the energy consumption, productivity of our equipment. That is the main driver. When it comes to the other induction products like foundry heating, there we are primarily competing with a company called Inductotherm. They are US based, but they have their largest manufacturing facility in Gujarat. So that is where we compete with them. Again, the energy consumption, but in the field of heating and hardening, the energy consumption is more or less same because the parameters are quite stringent. So there is not much enormous difference like we see in steel melt shops. But here it is more of the robustness of your equipment, the minimizing the downtime, and service. So our service is one very strong area for us. It's more hands-on. Maybe because our organization is smaller compared to American counterparts in Dr. Thumb. So that is where we excel. So multiple factors. And when it comes to transformers, so we have been making transformers for the induction products for quite some time. But since the manufacturing facility is same, the know-how is same, the design concepts, parameters, they're all the same. So that is why we had got into other types of transformers like distribution transformers, substation transformers, etc. But we have not gone out of our way to market them strongly. But now we have built a separate shed. We have built a separate marketing team, and we are also doing a testing. That is the accreditation testing, the CPRI testing that will be completed very, very soon. And once the testing is done, we are expecting a lot of orders from the solar transformer or the renewables transformer. That is one area where we are seeing a lot of interest, lot of traction. So overall,
Sir, I think I think we lost you for a minute, sir.
Gaining market share 500.
Hello, Sakati sir.
Sir, hmm.
Sir, there is a disturbance from your side, sir.
So I would suggest you
Hello.
switch off
Yeah.
your camera.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now we are audible, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are quite confident of getting a good market share in these products.
So again, we are missing you out.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sorry, I just got a little disturbed there. So we are quite confident of, and 500 crores is just a start. I mean, the market is quite big, especially if you look at the international market. The potential is enormous. So 500 crores is just the start. We are quite confident. And your second question was regarding the JV. So basically, we have tried pitching our products into the US market, but the US market, people over there are more comfortable if the servicing or if the manufacturing facility, or at least some backup is there, which is American. So that was our rationale behind having a joint venture, instead of just trying to market the product there and try to sell it from India. It's quite difficult. The current Cyprium Induction, they manufacture equipment in very limited quantity. Their sales is around $2.5 million. But they are quite confident that with their expertise in sales and the price differential, or the price advantage that we will be able to give them from India, they are quite confident, and we are also quite confident that we can grow that market.
So, sir, in this case, the sale price what we'll offer to the JV company
Yes.
will be our profit here at our parent, and then from there what we'll sell and commission or whatever.
Yes. So we usually, what happens, the induction products, there is two. There is one, domestic pricing and export pricing.
Mm.
So the export pricing is typically anywhere between 5 to 15% higher than the domestic pricing. So we will be selling at the export pricing, and from there, whatever additional amount which we are able to get from the customer, that will be profit will be kept there. And that company is almost 49.99%. That also was done because ease of taxation and some laws over there. So the profit over there also, half of that belongs to Megatherm Induction only.
Oh, that sounds good, sir. Very good. And sir, my question, the previous question was regarding the market size of our product in India, because
Yes.
we've got three players,
Correct.
Electrotham and ourselves. So
Yes.
in that, where we stand and what's the prospects over there?
Yes. So if you look at the transformers market, there we are primarily competing with companies like, you can say, Silchar. TNR is now gone into much larger transformers, but Indotech, Silchar, etc. So there the transformer market is multi-billion-dollar market in India. So the upper limit is not there. We're also pushing for the exports. So transformers is a enormous market. If you look at the induction products, for the foundry and the heating sector, that roughly, in my opinion, is around 700-800 crore market in India. Again, export, it is, the potential is enormous. And if you look at the steel plant products that we are getting to, that is another approximately, say, 2000 odd crore, 1500 crore odd market in India. So you can say 1500 plus about, you can say 800. So 2400 crore market is there in India. But again, the export potential is enormous, and the transformer potential again is quite a bit.
Got it, sir. Thank you. I'll come back in queue for more questions.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Sanjay. Sir, we'll take the next question from Saurabh Poddar. Please go ahead.
I so appreciate you taking my questions. Can you Firstly, can you just repeat the 2,400 crore number? Basically, I wanted to know what is the total addressable market for both our induction and transformer business, and at what rate do you see them growing? And my second question would be to hit that 500 crore target that you've stated. Over the
Yeah.
next 2 years, what CapEx would you require?
Right. So I'll take the second question first. For achieving 500 crores, we don't need any more capex. We've already done that.
Okay,
So now it is essentially utilizing the capacity that we have added. And you can see if you look at our products, the induction product, transformers is a multi-billion dollar market. So around $8-9 billion is the transformers that the distribution, the furnace transformers, and the solar transformers. And
understood.
the growth rate is for the solar segment especially is quite high, approximately 20-30% every year. It's growing. Most of the transformer manufacturers are getting into solar, and still there is not enough supply. We are importing. I
Right,
mean, by we, I mean India. And but the distribution transformer it's a very large market, and it's chugging along every year, anywhere between 5 to 10%, depending on the power requirement. As it increases in India, typically it increases at between 5 to 10% year on year. But the solar segment is one which is growing rapidly.
understood.
When it comes to the induction products, that market I would say is around induction products. Also in the steel plant, you have non-induction products like arc furnaces and all.
Right,
So that market is, in our opinion, around 24-2500 crore market. And uh, of that, you can say that from the steel segment, Electrotherm, they do roughly around 1000 odd crores. So over there, Electrotherm is there, and Megatherm is there, and some of the other companies are there. And Inductotherm also does about 1000 odd crores, but not primarily in the steel. They also export a lot, because Inductotherm India is basically the global manufacturing hub. So they export a lot
right.
of components abroad, but they also do around 400, 500, 600 odd crores business. Although it's public, it's not public company, so that detail is not there. But from our sales teams and all, we arrive at the figures that they do it in India. So, but Inductotherm basically caters to the engineering sector, not the steel sector primarily. Engineering
Mm-hmm.
means you have the foundries, various auto industries, auto components, pipes and tubes, these type of industries.
Understood.
But the export potential for these products again is enormous, and that is why we are tying up with various agents, and where we find that just having a sales agent is not good enough to get credibility. We will need to do JV. So that is why we planned to do a JV in the US, and from the
Okay,
US, the European market, etc., will be much easier to penetrate.
understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And also going back to the transformers, solar transformers,
Yes.
that segment that we're exploring or expanding into, are there any technical capabilities that help us stand out, or is the demand for just the generic product extremely high and the growth rate thus opens up for us like
Yes.
multiple doors?
Yes. So see, the transformers business in general, it's the transformers are required everywhere from your local, from your house to the locality where you'll see a small transformer on top of a post, or you'll see these large transformers that go into the industries or power generation. So transformer requirement is enormous. It's quite a bit. So here it is more about capturing market share. And in the eastern region, there is no one as large as ours with the kind of facility that we have now set up. So we are expecting a lot of orders from the eastern zone. When it comes to the solar, there is competition, no doubt. But at this moment, the requirement, like in the renewable sector, is quite a bit, and you can see the P ratios of most of the transformer companies now. Uh, so here it is more about gaining market share. See, in transformers,
Understood.
you can't, so the losses and everything are basically predetermined. So you have say
Right,
0.5% loss. So here,
right.
unlike furnaces where I can say that I'm giving you 5% better efficiency, in transformer, you can't do that, because the losses,
Understood.
everything are predetermined. But here it is more about getting the approvals. So getting the CPRI rating, getting the
Understood.
registration done. So it's more about that.
Understood. And lastly, do you see any impact on our working capital cycle or cash conversion with the expansion into either solar on the transformer side of the business, or
Yes, yes.
do you see it being stable?
Yes, yes. So the working capital requirement will obviously increase, and that's why, if you look at our fund utilization, I think it's there along with the audit report.
Yeah.
We have kept that the we have not touched too much of the working capital as of yet. So that has
Okay.
been kept for our future requirements.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saurabh. Sir, we'll take the next question from Vishwanath A. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi,
Yes,
Vishwanath.
Vishwanath.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank
Good
you for the
afternoon.
opportunity.
Yes.
So my first question is with regard to our raw material sourcing.
Yeah.
So how much
Yes.
of our raw material is based on copper?
Yes. So, if you look at our key raw materials, number one is copper. So, copper
Hmm.
contributes anywhere between 20 to 25% of our purchases,
Okay.
25% rather. And the second largest category is the electronics. So, the electronics we source from copper, we are sourcing locally. The electronics we are sourcing from uh, China, Germany. We were sourcing from Russia and various other sources of electronics components, that is like capacitors, thyristors, diodes, etc. And the third largest category is the silicon steel, CRNGO. That we are procuring from companies like Nippon, then companies like Bao Steel, etc. That is the silicon steel. So these are our three primary raw material. Then comes the regular steel and insulation, etc. So that we procure from SAIL, Tata, etc.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So how do we have any price protection mechanisms for copper prices volatility?
No, since we are an OEM, so we sell the equipment based on the price. But we usually take, we have certain clauses in our order, like if the price, changes quite a bit, then we can go ask for escalation. That again becomes a tactical call, because if it's a very important customer who we don't want to lose, there we can absorb some of it. In certain cases where it is not so important, we can. So it basically becomes a point of negotiation. But right at the start in the costing itself, we assume slightly higher prices of all the raw materials that you just mentioned to cater for that fluctuation that may come within 6 months.
Understood. Understood. Okay. My second question is with regard to our EBITDA margin. So what is our target for furnaces and as well as for transformers?
See, furnace transformer, the industrial equipment, it's more or less the same. Our bottom line currently is hovering around 6-7 odd percent. That we want to increase it to 9% within a couple of years, driven
Okay.
primarily by all the backward integration that we have done. That is, we have just bought our core CRNGO processing machine. We have just installed our copper drawing machines, etc. So the backward integration, as well as some of the value engineering is being done. So we want to, and of course, as the turnover increases, we have already incorporated, means recruited most of the people that we want to get to that 500 crore level. So there won't be too much of overhead increase either. So overheads being more or less same, and the backward integration coming into the picture, we expect that if we are able to hit 500 crores turnover, we can get 9% bottom line. And
Okay.
also the we are not increasing any. We have just paid off our term loans, whatever was there. So we don't have any term loan. So the interest reduction will also come out. So the bottom line, we are confident of getting approximately 9% within a couple of years.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwanath. Anybody who wishes to ask a question, please use the option of raise hand. We'll take the next question from Ronal Kadam. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Sir, for H2 and for full year, can you you share what was the volume growth in tonnage for the core business and what was the volume growth in the transformers during the year?
Right. So we in if you see the differential was about 15 odd crores, approximately 15 odd crores, and of that 15 odd crores actually there was primarily the capacity squeeze. So we only got the transformer factory for the last 1 or 1.5 months. So our transformer grew by about 10 odd crores compared to last year, and the furnace grew by about 5 odd crores compared to last year.
Yeah. My second question is the JV that you have entered into with Cyprium, do you have all the technology needed for the North American market, or would you need some tech transfer or upgradation?
So, see, we are primarily pitching the products that we are making right now, the technology that we already have. But if they have also, since they are, they are specialized in high frequency applications where we are not there in a big way, very high frequency applications. So there we can, but it's less of tech transfer. It's more like a collaboration. So they'll guide us and how to make those particular products, and it's more of a collaboration rather than tech transfer. But primarily, we'll be pitching for the products that we're already selling in India.
Okay. And so, how will your inventory and receivable cycle work in this JV, and will our margins be similar or higher after adjusting the marketing margins?
Right. So the marketing cost, etc., will be borne by the JV company. In Megatherm Induction, as far as Megatherm Induction India is concerned, we are going to have the export pricing. The export pricing is typically anywhere between 5 to 15% higher in than the domestic market. So usually in countries like say Africa or SAARC countries, it is typically 5% more. In the Middle East, Gulf countries like UAE, etc., it's typically 10% more, and in Europe, US, South America, it's typically 15% more. And if we are able to get a higher margin and whatever the costs are, that will be borne by the JV company.
Okay. In your presentation, you are saying your interest costs won't go up, but if we sell more to North America, it will increase lead time for supply and subsequently receivable. It will
No,
lengthen your
actually,
working capital.
in our products, we our production cycle is same. Our working capital is typically we have three to four months of working capital requirement, 3 to 4 months. So that will not change. Our products we usually take payment before dispatch. There is only a 5 to 10% retention that the clients keep that they release after the commissioning of the equipment. So that same process is going to be followed there.
What is the spare sales as percentage of turnover today? Since you are talking about hyperlocal sales support, where do you
Yes.
see it as a percentage of sales in 3 years?
Yes. So if you see, one of the primary bottom line drivers of our company is the spare sales because that is where we give the margin, and it is true for most capital goods companies. So our spare sales only a few years back was anywhere between 15-20 odd crores, and it is basically a function of all the equipment that you have sold about 2-3 years ago. So once the equipment become 1 year, we have warranty. After that, after 2-3 years, once the wear and tear start, that's when the spares equipment the business starts. So right now we have reached a level of around 60 to 70 odd crores of spare sales. And all the equipment that we have sold in the last, you can say 2 years, the effect of that will come in the following years. So in the our 500 crore target, we have targeted about 80 to 90 odd crores of spares.
Okay. And so my last question, this spares segment tends to have higher margins. Will this aid our margins in the longer term?
In which one? Okay, could you just repeat that?
Spares.
Yes,
Spares tend to have, yeah.
spares is yes, yes, definitely. So if you look at our when we were selling 15 to 20 odd crores of spares, that time our bottom line was in single digit crores. Now we are selling about 60, 70 crores of spares. Our bottom line is around 20 odd crores. So as and when basically the spares increases, your bottom line is going to increase.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. So we factored that in also when we are talking about 9% bottom line.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Prasad. Please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity. And my question is like, how close are we for getting all the necessary approvals and certifications for our transformer facility? I mean, when can we expect to see some orders flowing?
Yes, good question. So we have been how the process is that the primary test that is required is CPRI. So we have already started discussions with various companies for the approvals within their company. Now everyone is giving us the factory inspections, etc. have been done. So now everyone is basically looking at the CPRI testing. That was scheduled actually for the last month, but there you have to get a date also. So we are expecting to get the date this month itself, and once that is done, the last you could say the tick for most of the companies will be done. So once the CPRI testing is done, then within a few months we'll start to see the orders. Initially, the companies like Renew or Tata Solar, Adani, etc., they will give small orders initially. But after once you execute those small orders, 1, 2, 3 transformers orders, then you'll start getting the bulk orders. So I think from the initial orders, we'll start from the second half of this year, and we'll start seeing increase in transformer sales. And in the coming financial year, we will be able to hit target that out of the 150 crores we have out of 500 crores for the next financial year, we have targeted approximately 150 odd crores of transformers.
Thanks a lot, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. We'll take the next question from Amit Kumar Kochar. Please go ahead.
Good noon, sir. Good noon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
My question was regarding our JV with the company in US.
Yes.
How will it go? Like the company in US will procure the orders. We here will do the major part of the work and we'll send it in parts over there. Then the same will be assembled, and will it be made in USA or made in India?
Yes, yes, I'll explain that. So, the primary role of Megatherm Cyprium USA is basically selling of the products. So the manufacturing of the products will happen here. Now, in certain applications where the mechanical aspect is very critical, or maybe with certain customers, if the finishing requirement is of a certain of a certain requirement, then we will primarily the major cost of the equipment is the static frequency converter, the brains, that the panel basically. So that we will be making here. That is the core product. Now, whether we make the mechanical here or the mechanical is made there or mechanical is partially made here, that depends completely on the client. So the static frequency converters 100% is going from here, and the mechanical items are dependent either here or there, or partially from here and partially from there. But Megatherm Cyprium Induction Company, that is primary work of that company is just to sell and market the products.
Right. But now when the current government in USA is also focusing on made in USA.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
the tariffs which they are levying on the other products which are being imported. So
Yes.
won't that be like I wanted to understand the metric that how the transformer which we are selling or
right. You see,
which we are
yes,
selling in India.
So yeah. So one thing is there that we are hoping that the trade talks will be fruitful. So if the trade talks are fruitful, then that opens up a completely big market for us. Even if tariffs are there, the tariffs are roughly at the, I think around 27% plus 8, around 35 odd percent for this particular product. We did a sample case with one of the clients over there. So that 30% also can be absorbed because the primary differential between selling a product there and here is the engineering cost. So in India, the engineering cost actually is many fold times cheaper than the US. So if a product we sell at, say, if our costing is, say, here over there it's selling for almost double. So even if we consider that 35% tariff, even then we'll be able to make money both here and some portion of money there to cover the costs.
Right. Other than China, who else is exporting such product to US right now?
Yes, so these induction products actually, the primary manufacturers are in India, actually China, but China they sell within their own country mostly, but they also export. India exports. There are companies like ABB, etc., in Germany that make these products, and there are a couple of companies in Turkey that make these products. Now, what happens is if the price of any of these equipment is, say, 100 or 1 crore in India, that same equipment cost will be 1.5 crores from China, and the same product from Europe or Turkey, it will be around 3-4 crores. So that is why unless you're selling within the European market or some, but in Africa, Middle East, SAARC, South America, nowhere they are buying. Very rarely they'll buy European. It's mostly Indian or Chinese. Now, what is happening is that compared to Chinese, these products require 24 hours, 365 days products. They require service. So the service is one area where the Indian companies like Electrotherm, Inductotherm, India, and Megatherm, we are able to provide much faster service. Communication is easier. Also the energy consumption, since the energy rates in India are very high, by that reason only, the Indian equipment are more energy efficient. Chinese equipment rely more on high productivity. They don't, focus too much on the energy part. So that is why, in spite of China being a large manufacturer for these products, and most of the electronics are imported from China only that are used in the panels, but still, India has become primary driver of these induction products. That is why Inductotherm has shifted their, most of the manufacturing of Inductotherm, you can say Inductotherm Australia, Inductotherm North America, Inductotherm South America, but their main manufacturing base has become India for these particular products. So that is what we are benefiting from: the low engineering costs and better service and the energy consumption.
Right. And so the last question, sir. Uh, like we said that we were to schedule the plant visit of 4 or 5 of the major renewable manufacturers.
Yes.
So, has the site visit happened for those companies, or I just missed the
Yes,
last
yes,
one?
yes. So site visits are ongoing. A few of them have happened. There is one site visit going on right now, I think with Wadi. So it's ongoing process. But everybody's ultimate, that last tick is going to be the CPRI testing. That is what everyone's looking for.
Right. And when are we expecting the same? Next month.
We are expecting it this month. So the transformer is complete. It's undergoing testing. So we'll take the date from CPRI. It's in Bangalore or Bhopal. There are two places that is authorized testing centers. So one of the two.
Right. Thanks. That's all from my side. Thanks a
Okay.
lot, and good wishes for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody who wishes to ask a question, please use the option of raise hand. Sir, we'll take the next question from Rahil. Rahil, please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, hi. So, firstly, on this target you've given of, in 2 years you want to reach 500 crores. So,
Yes.
just wanted to know what kind of visibility do you have for this particular year? Will it be linear growth towards that target, or, it's going to be more in the coming financial year, because this year you'll be spending more on capex and stuff. But I also believe you're done with the capex, so maybe marketing and stuff. So, if you can explain that.
Yes, primarily the marketing activities for this year. So how you can look at this question is, out of our, say, 300 odd crores, we have done approximately, you can say, 45-50 crores of transformers. So you can say 250 crores of induction and 50 crores of transformers. Broadly, you can, think of it that way. And in the 500 crore target, we are looking at 150 crores of furnace. 150 crores of transformer and 350 crores of furnace. So, what we can expect is for this financial year that from that 250 to 350, then maybe from 250 to 300 of induction can be achieved. So, we are looking at a 50 crore jump. And from the transformer side, from the current 50 to 150, that depends basically on getting those bulk orders, once the initial orders are done. So I would not say the transformers are going to be linear, but you could say that 50 should at least become 80, 90. So if we look at a 50 crore from there and about 20, 30 crores more, so about 70, 80 crores additionally we can expect compared to the financial year that went by, approximately.
And next is on the revenue mix. Like, how much is export for us and domestic? It's a mix of revenue, percentage of revenue.
Yes, usually our exports is anywhere between 20 to 30%, but I think last financial year it was around, I think around 10, 12%. But I think this again, this financial year, a couple of largish orders are in the pipeline we are fighting for. The news will be uploaded as and when we get it. So then I think it should come back to around 20 odd percent.
Okay, so in the next 2 years, any percentage target you have, how much you want your exports to be? Because
Yeah,
you
we
said
want to
you want
make
to
it
grow that
about, we wanted to get it to around 30%.
30% of total revenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not
And
total of the induction side. The transformer export will take a little bit time because the transformers first we have to be a established company in transformers in India first. Then only we'll get the export orders.
Mhm. And lastly, is there any seasonality in a particular fiscal year for you in terms
Yes,
of order booking and
it's primarily second half driven.
Mhm.
Primarily because most of the capex work doesn't happen much during the monsoon season. So the first half is usually it's the second half that creates the differential. Usually, also for March closing, most of the government contracts for most of the products happen. We get the pressure in basically January, February, March.
And your
So
business is on an order book basis, right? Do you have like a solid uh, like absolute
yes,
number
yes,
order
we
book?
have an order book. It's roughly around 350 odd crores.
Okay, and any
And
pipeline you
once some
have,
of the
big pipeline?
larger deadline. See, what happens is that some orders take time, some orders are urgent. The orders that get delayed also
Sorry,
sometimes.
sorry, I was asking on the bid pipelines. How many more orders have you bid for?
Yeah. The bid information actually it will be uploaded online very soon. Some large bulk orders are being discussed, so I can't reveal them now. It'll
Right.
be a little forward looking, but we'll upload that very soon.
Okay, no, perfect. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Anil Jain. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you
I
so much.
wanted to know what is our current order book vis-a-vis the order book as on date in the same year, same time last year.
Yes, so compared to the same time last year and was around, I think around 300 odd crores, and right now it's around 350 odd crores. But some largish orders information will be uploaded very shortly. We're just waiting for the confirmation.
The current order book is 350 crore,
Yes,
which
approximately.
is to be executed in how much period?
See, usually an order what we see usually is that whatever order book is there, it should be executed within 1 year.
Within 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the order book last year?
Order book last year, it was going up and down, but on average, I think it was around 300 odd crores.
Okay. So, in terms of execution, what do you
Yes.
see upside from here? Like, uh, more orders are in the pipeline, or how the
Yes,
order and execution
pipeline,
takes place?
certain
What is
big
the time lag
contracts.
between order and execution?
Right. So what happens is that suppose somebody places an order for say one furnace, so that delivery is expected within 4, 5 months. But
Okay.
then some bulk orders come for like 20 furnaces. So that will be executed over a period of 1.5 years.
Okay.
So it's sort of mixed. You can't really put your finger and say within this time.
Okay.
Also depends on the customer, since these are, capital goods. They have to also set up their plant and everything. So that also
Okay.
sometimes it's early, sometimes it gets delayed.
Okay.
Sometimes new orders come in where there is tremendous urgency. So it's
Okay.
it's sort of mixed.
So the order book contains the transformer orders also?
Yes, yes. So
Okay. What was
transformers,
the
we have transformer. Most of the orders right now that we have are basically the induction transformers.
okay.
So
Okay.
for getting the other category transformers, we are going to do the CPRI testing and the factory inspection, etc. We have done already with a few companies. Few more are
Okay.
lined up.
Okay. So how do you see the things panning out there in terms of numbers in the current year?
Yes, current year, like I mentioned, based on the order book that we have, we can expect approximately, you can say, anywhere between 60 to 80 odd crores additional
Okay.
compared to the current financial year.
Okay.
And in the next financial year, there is when we get that big jump, because the transformer facility, then we can it'll be fully utilized.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Amit Agicha. Please go ahead. Amit. We'll move on to Mr. Hiren Modi. Please go ahead. Yes, Amit. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Amit.
Hello.
Yes, Amit.
Yeah, Hiren Modi.
Yeah, Hiren. Okay. Hiren, please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations for a good set of numbers.
Hiren, can you be a little louder, please?
Slightly louder, please.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, better.
Okay. First of all, good afternoon and congratulations for great set of numbers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Shitaji, in one of the questions you replied that you first you get the payments and then
Hiren, you are not at all audible. Can you go off the speaker and come into the phone and talk? You're talking on speaker, the voice is echoing in the room.
I need a couple of minutes to fix it.
Can you speak closer to the mic, please?
Am I audible now?
You'll have to speak a bit louder again.
Hello.
Am I audible now?
You are audible, but it's quite faint actually. But you can go ahead. I'll try to pick it up.
Okay, fine. Thank you for that. My question was a little bit, you talked about you replied in one of the answers, the question, sorry, that you get the payments and then you go to the dispatch of your products. And there's a retention of 5 to 10%, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So usually you get advances in the same way, and the payments that you get, that is for induction and transfer, it works in the same way.
Yes. So sometimes a client will ask for the products in a package. Sometimes some clients, especially the larger clients, they have their electrical division that orders for the transformers, and the melting division orders for the furnaces, or the heating division will order for the heaters. So it's a mix. Sometimes it's a package, and sometimes it's a separate order.
So most of the time you receive advances. That is what I want to.
Yes, typically we take, you can say 10%, 5%, we take advance, and then before dispatch we take bulk of the payment. Either we take the payment or it's LC backed.
Okay. Stability is secure.
Yes.
Hello. This is my second question, please.
Yes.
It's a broader one. Apart from this expansion that currently is right on with the IPO proceeds, how much further expansion scope does all the three plants have?
Yes, to achieve 500 crores, there won't be any significant expansion as such. Some machineries in transit, etc. But our next phase of growth to get to 1,000 crores, that will require one phase of expansion. So that investment, etc., for that will start in the coming financial year. So that is when we will invest more and to target the 1,000 crore revenue.
So we are having a sufficient land bank for the same?
Yes, yes. So if you look at Google Maps, you'll and type Megatherm Induction, you will see the entire land which is there. So it's total 15 acres, of which we have right now developed about 10 odd acres, and then 5 acres are still remaining.
Thank you, Mr. Sudhakar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hiren. Sir, we have a question from Saurabh Poddar. Saurabh,
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking my question again. Just wanted to know, moving forward, once the transformers business kicks in, what is
Right.
the blended ROC or steady state ROC profile you're looking at?
Capital employed. So the capital employed at this moment, whatever is the capital employed, that's there. Now it's the question of just increasing the turnover. The bottom line should, if you look at it in a blended perspective, since it is going to be the same company. If you look at it in a blended perspective, then it's going to come at around 9%. That is what we are targeting. So, and in general, even the transformers that we sell now and the furnaces that we sell, it sort of follows the same trend. In the domestic segment, you can say the gross margins are around 20 odd percent. In the export segment is anywhere between 5 to 15% more.
No, so I was asking on return on capital employed. So currently, I think we are anywhere between 20 to 25%.
Yes, yes, yes. That is so it's around 20%.
So that's what you're hoping to maintain moving forward
Yes,
once
yes,
the
yes.
power.
See, yes, yes. So in our products, the capital employed is primarily working capital.
Right.
It's less of capex. It doesn't require, since these are more knowledge-based products like engineering products. We don't require big plant and machinery. So the major investment is essentially in stock.
Right.
Right, right.
Right. Understood. And so last question from my end. Do you see any? So how does the receivable cycle work on the power side of the business? Is it similar to how the current business model is, or do you think the receivable cycle is longer on
It's
that?
similar. It's similar. So
Okay.
they'll ask for anywhere between 5 to 10% retention, and
Okay.
the balance. In the case of furnaces, etc., we get the payment before dispatch or maybe just upon receipt. Same with
Right.
transformer. It's either before dispatch or just maybe after you receive it, you get the payment. And since
Understood.
we are
Understood.
since we are under MSME, because the MSME umbrella has been increased to about 500 crores, so we should get the payment within 45 days at max.
Understood. Thank you so much, sir. Good luck with the remaining year.
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, Saurabh. Sir, since there are no further questions, would you like to give any closing comments?
Yes, so I like to just mention that ours is a multidisciplinary engineering company, and this particular field overall, be it transformers, be it the induction field, is growing, rapidly in India, and the export potential also is enormous overall as a nation, as India, but also for Megatherm. So that is where we are focusing on, and we are looking forward to investors who are going to be with us long term. There will be consequent rounds of fundraising in the future. Our migration to the main board, all those things are there. So we are hoping our investors are going to be with us over a medium term to truly get the type of returns that they expect. So that's all.
Thank you. Thank you to the management, and thank you to all the participants for joining on this call. This brings us to the end of this post results conference call. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining.
sir.